Yeah, look, they said that I couldn't do it, so I went and did it.
What is going on, boys? Coming at you with a new video. Today's video topic is why is the Grom the best beginner stunt bike, in my opinion. The first reason I believe the Grom is the best beginner stunt bike, in my opinion, is because it is relatively cheap. Like, you could either go buy a ZX6R used for like 7-8 grand that's not clapped out, or you can go buy a brand new 2025 Grom for around 5 grand after shipping and tax and everything. And yeah, that doesn't include all the parts that you need for it, but that's a pretty good price for a brand new bike with 0 miles on it. And like, if you're comparing that to a used 636 or a R7 even with a bunch of miles on it, you don't know how it's been treated its life. Like, 5 grand ain't bad for 0 miles. So that's number one. It's cheap. Pretty nice. For the second reason of why I believe that this is the best beginner stunt bike, it's small and it's not fast. So you are at slower speeds trying to do wheelies and everything and learning. You're not going 30 miles an hour in first gear trying to learn how to wheelie, so it's a lot nicer if you do fall, or when you fall, because you are going to fall. When you fall on this, it won't hurt as bad as falling on a big bike. Like, if you fall on a big bike, that's a lot of weight coming on you. And if it's not the weight, it's the speed you're going when you're trying to practice wheelies. Number 3, I would probably have to say a good number 3 spot would be the fact that it is kind of harder to wheelie in a way, because you can't power wheelie. I mean, you can, but it's not that easy. Like, power wheelie in a Grom is like only first gear, and you kind of have to know to wheelie to begin with for you to be able to power wheelie a Grom and it be the same as if you're just power wheeling a big bike. So it kind of teaches you the clutch control and how to rev your bike up and dump the clutch, as well as your body positioning and how you need to sit on the bike for it to wheelie, and also teaches you how to pop the suspension instead of just relying on the power that you can with like a big bike. So yeah, that's number 3. Number 4 is you can still do all the same stunts on a Grom as you can on a big bike. You can double back peg, you can sit downs, you can do knee knockers, you can scrape. You can do almost everything on a Grom that you can do on a big bike. And it's not that difficult to do a lot of the stuff. I mean, granted, it is a little bit just because of the power difference, but the weight, because this bike only weighs like 250 pounds, it's not a lot. So the weight of this thing kind of helps with that power difference and not having as much power as what you would normally want. post it up. I want to get some pictures of me on the Grom for the thumbnail. Alright, I got a thumbnail for you guys. Reason number 5 to get a Grom as your first stunt bike. And that is the aftermarket support for those things are unreal. Anyways, so yeah, the aftermarket support for this thing is unreal. There is so many parts you can get for this bike that you just can't really get, or you can, but it's not as easy to get as for a Z125 or a CF Moto Papio. Like, they've got like so many different cages are made for these things, so many different rear sets are made for these things, shifters, bars, I mean bars can go with anything, handbrake setups. Like, I literally have a 0304 ZX6R front brake caliper. You know, I don't think it gets brought up enough how beautiful Oak Harbor is. Like, on my drive here, I pass by the coolest scene going over this bridge on Deception Pass, and it's just beautiful out here. I don't live out here, so this is definitely cool to come out here and ride. I just truck it for work and then take this thing out on my lunch break. It's awesome. But yeah, back to our topic. There's just so much aftermarket support for these bikes that just it just makes it so easy. Like, the exhaust is super easy to get, the cage, I mean, number plates you can get for anything. It's just a dirt bike number plate. But like, handbrake brackets, the rear sets, I don't have them yet, but I need them. Seats, like, it's just so much aftermarket shit you can do to them. It just makes them worth it just because of that aftermarket support. And a lot of my buddies that do ride Z's, they even say they wish they could get a Grom because it's just so much nicer. They would get one if they weren't so much money into their Z's. Now let's go to number 6, and that's the reliability of these things. They're not initially reliable from the factory. You do need to get an oil pump mod. Grom Beardo has the best, by the way. Shout out Grom Beardo. He's got the best oil pumps you can get. But you essentially just need an oil pump that's got a straw that leads to the back of the motor. Whenever you are in a wheelie, the oil goes all the way to the back, and with the stock oil pump, it's in the front of the motor. So the straw on the oil pump mod, again, Grom Beardo, get it. It just picks up the oil in the back, so then your motor doesn't get starved of oil and blow up. Much needed mod, but other than that, like, you really only need just that. And I would recommend the cage, so that way when you loop, you don't shatter the whole rear half of the bike. So yeah, the reliability is awesome. My buddies, a couple of my buddies with Z125s, theirs blow up. Like, one of my buddies, Silver, he has blown up his Z125 I think 3 times or 2 times this year. And now we'll get to the final reason of why you need a Grom. And this is probably the most important reason. They're just sick, dude. Like, these things are so much fun. They're not fast. They're not meant for canyon roads. They're not meant for highways. But when you and a bunch of buddies all have Groms and you're just out ripping, there's just nothing better. They're just so much fun. You can just do so much with them. I mean, if you want, you just get dirt tires and go take it off road. Go take it on like little trails and stuff. They get great gas mileage, so you can go forever in the trails. But yeah, just buy a Grom. Just do it. They're so much fun. They're worth it all the way. And if you don't think they're worth it, then your ego's too big. Sorry to say, these bikes are just way too much fun to not get and enjoy. Alright boys, have a good one. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.
Yeah, look, they said that I couldn't do it, so I went and did it. W's only, you know I've been